This is the hOmeLabs 3000 square feet Energy Star Dehumidifier, and I've had it in my basement for almost 5 years now. When you see this thing up close, it's got a clean, modern look that fits in well with just about any room. It comes in white plastic, not too flashy but simple and functional, and it's surprisingly easy to move around thanks to the side handles and built-in wheels. It's about 2 feet tall, so not tiny, but honestly, it's not a big eyesore at all. From my experience, this dehumidifier is perfect for keeping medium to large rooms, bedrooms, and home basements dry and comfortable. I actually bought mine back in 2018 when I noticed my basement had that musty smell you get when humidity is a little out of control. I did some research, but I didn't know much about dehumidifiers at the time and just wanted something that would last and really work. I ended up going for this 3000 square feet model, though my own basement is only around 700 square feet. To be honest, I was worried that I might have picked a unit that was too big, but it worked out way better than I expected. Key features that I noticed from day one include the energy efficient certification, which means you're saving a little on electric bills over the months, and you don't have to babysit it all the time. It removes up to 35 pints of moisture from the air every day, and you can either use the water tank, which I basically never used, or set up a hose for continuous drainage like I did. Right now, the hose drains water directly into my basement's sump system. For anyone who is new to this, continuous drain just means you don't have to empty a bucket full of water every few hours. Since the water goes out through a standard garden hose, one thing I really appreciate is how simple it is to use. You just set your ideal humidity. Personally, I like to keep it low around 32%, and let it run. There's an auto mode, so when humidity gets above what you want, it kicks on and takes care of it, then shuts down until it's needed again. This is great because in winter, when the air is already dry, the machine won't run unnecessarily. I save on electricity and don't have to think about it at all. For anyone new to humidity control, that's just a way of saying, set it and forget it, and the machine does the rest. The front panel makes everything straightforward. I like the digital display and how all the controls are up front. You get a filter light to remind you when it's time to clean the filter. There's a turbo mode if you want to pull humidity out even faster. And there's also a timer if you want to set it up so it only runs certain hours. The tank has an indicator too, in case you want to use that instead of a hose. The fan is pretty quiet. I measured it at just around 50 dB, which means you'll notice it's on, but it's totally fine for most spaces. You might hear a little buzzing from the compressor, especially if you're in a really quiet room, but for a basement or a laundry area, it's no big deal. I had some doubts in the beginning about sizing. I mean, my basement is much smaller than what this machine is rated for, and I wasn't sure if I was buying something way bigger than what I needed. I thought maybe it would run too strong, pull the humidity down super quick, and then just keep cycling on and off all day. There's a term for that, short cycling, and it's just when a machine turns on and off a lot instead of just running smoothly. Short cycling isn't great for any appliance and will wear things out faster. But with this hOmeLabs dehumidifier, that never became an issue. When my basement is humid, like after it rains outside, it just keeps running at a steady pace until the room is dry. When things are dry in winter, it barely runs at all. That's ideal because it means less stress on the components, and that's likely why mine's lasted this long. Build quality is decent for the price. It's lightweight compared to other big dehumidifiers I've seen, so moving it is easier, which is actually helpful if you want to set it up somewhere else in the house. The plastic isn't as tough as some high-end brands, but I've never had a problem with cracking or leaking. I've cleaned the washable filter a few times, and besides that, there's really been no maintenance at all. This model doesn't come with a built-in pump, which might be a drawback if you're trying to drain upwards into a sink. But for draining into a floor drain or sump pit, it works great. From my experience over almost 5 years, the biggest benefit has been peace of mind. My basement used to be a place where I honestly didn't even want to store cardboard boxes, let alone use it for living space. Now, everything feels dry and there's no more musty odor. I run it continuously during humid months, and it's been reliable every single year. I also appreciate that it doesn't impact my power bill as much as I expected. Being Energy Star rated actually makes a difference if you're running the machine 24/7 for several months straight. If you're someone who's just getting into home dehumidifiers, here's something to keep in mind. Humidity levels inside your house should usually stay between 30% and 50%. Anything above that, and you might notice mold, dust mites, or that damp feeling in furniture and walls. This machine makes it easy to hit that sweet spot and just keep your basement comfortable. There are a few small downsides. The compressor can buzz a bit, and the water tank is on the smaller side if you choose to use it. I honestly wouldn't recommend relying on the tank for bigger rooms. It fills up too fast and you'll be emptying it a lot. Continuous drainage is the way to go if you can, and most homes with basements should have a spot to just run a hose. I'd recommend this for anyone looking for a reliable, easy-to-use dehumidifier that doesn't require much fuss. It fits basements, laundry rooms, large bedrooms, or any space up to 3,000 square feet. But if your room is smaller, you can still use it without worrying about burning out the motor. It's not the fanciest model out there, but I've had zero regrets with mine. It just works, plain and simple. In conclusion, the hOmeLabs 3,000 square feet Energy Star Dehumidifier is a solid pick if you want an affordable, low-maintenance way to keep your home dry and comfortable. It's got everything a beginner needs and enough power for bigger jobs too. If you found this quick review helpful, or you have any questions about my personal experience, drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more honest reviews. Thank you for watching.